Our IT team is here assisting us. We want to thank you all for joining us on this Zoom meeting. And on this call, we have individuals from all across the campus that will introduce themselves and give you some really good information as you finish the semester and as you prepare for coming back onto campus in the spring semester. But before we get into all the introductions and the announcements, I want to give our president, Dr. Vicki Karlowicz, an opportunity to bring you greetings. Dr. Karlowicz.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Dr. Smith. I simply wanted to greet all of our current students, as well as to extend a warm welcome to those who are incoming for spring semester. This has been a challenging year, but we have done our very best to offer a quality educational experience, both in hybrid and virtual modes for all of our students. And our goal is to help you finish strong this semester and to be prepared to return in strength in spring semester. We've listened to our students. Many of you told us that you've enjoyed the virtual experience and that you have learned, but you learned better in person. So we're providing those options for you. Thank you for being patient with us as we work throughout this pandemic. It's great to be a Lion, and we look forward to seeing you in spring semester. Let us know what we can do to help you finish fall semester strong. You're going to hear about some new programs and experiences, opportunities for spring semester. So we urge you to take advantage of all of those. Reach out to us if we can get help to you. Thank you, Dr. Smith.
Thank you, Dr. Karlowicz. And I don't know that I introduced myself. My name is Ryan Smith, and I serve as the Vice President for Students here at Wallace State. And I have just a few announcements that I want to share with you as it relates to our spring semester. Many of you all may not be aware that spring semester, as far as classes, they will begin on Tuesday, January 19th. You've been given a little extra time for the Christmas winter break, and I hope you take advantage of that rest and gear up for your spring semester. So just remember that school will begin, as far as classes, on Tuesday, January 19th. In addition to that, the college will be open beginning January the 5th. So if you want to come to campus and register for classes, we will be here. We're not going anywhere. So we'll be here to better serve you. So just keep that in mind. As we look at finishing the fall semester, final exam week will be Thursday, December 10th through Wednesday, December 16th. And many of you all are preparing to wrap up the semester. And our hope is that you will finish strong and that the individuals on this call will be able to provide you some additional supports that you might need. So just keep that in mind. I also want to share with you, gotten many emails about graduation. Dr. Smith, are we having graduation this year? As you know, last year we did not have graduation because we were sort of in the height of the pandemic, so to speak. And we canceled our graduation. We had a drive-through graduation. But this year we are planning on having graduation in May. And as we get closer to spring semester, you'll hear more details about that. One other thing I want to share with you is in reference to counseling services. Our new counselor, her name is Erin Dover. She is taking appointments, and I want to give you her email address so that if you need to reach out to her for any reason, you can. Her email address is counselor, counselor, @wallacestate.edu. And you should be able to connect with her and schedule an in-person or a virtual session with her. I want to pass it on now to Lisa German, who's our Vice President. Lisa.
Good afternoon. I'm Lisa German. I'm the Dean of Health Sciences, Vice President of Learning, and I want to review our mask policy. And in our mask policy, in all communal or shared areas of the college, you're required to wear a mask. And what is considered a communal or shared area is a reception area, a hallway, a lobby, a restroom, a classroom, labs, computer labs, conference rooms, break rooms, entrances to buildings. You get the idea. Pretty much any of our interior spaces are considered shared or communal spaces. If you go into a private office and there's more than one person in that private office, each of you needs to utilize a mask. If you're outside and unable to maintain a consistent 6-foot social distancing, you should utilize a mask. If you're a visitor or have visitors on campus, they should utilize a mask. And Line Central has the cloth mask for our students and disposable mask for visitors. So those are available to you. In order to wear a mask properly, you need to have a mask that covers fully your nose and mouth. You don't need one below your nose. You certainly don't need one below your mouth. You don't need one on top of your head. You don't need it in any position but completely covering your nose and mouth, because what you're trying to do is to minimize respiratory droplets that are produced in your nose and mouth from spreading to others. So you're doing that as a courtesy to others, as another person is doing for you as a courtesy to minimize that respiratory droplet exposure. And there have been many instances where individuals have been in contact with someone that was positive and been spared an infection by proper use of a mask. You need to have a mask that's properly fitting. In other words, that means a mask that doesn't slide down continuously. You need to have a mask. If you're using a reusable mask, you need to clean it frequently. Utilize a soap and clean it frequently, because they do get dirty over time. You need to adjust it across the bridge of your nose. Most of them have that little flexible metal band in the top of it that allows a good fit. And also, if you're like me and have to wear readers, then it helps your readers from fogging up by doing that. You also need to minimize touching your face and mask when it's in place, because touching your eyes or face is a good way to spread any respiratory infection. So you need to avoid that. We do have a policy in place for mask utilization. So as a student or employee, the expectation is for you to properly utilize a mask in all areas. If you're not doing that, you'll be asked to, put on your mask or put on your mask properly. And, if there's continuation of that practice of not following the mask policy, then you could be asked to leave the campus. And of course, that's a violation of our code of conduct for you not to follow campus policies. All of these policies are on, or all of these instructions are on our Wallace website under the COVID section. And I'd mention to you, because several people have asked questions about travel during the holidays. And the best source of information for travel is cdc.gov, which is the Center for Disease Control website that has an extensive area on travel. If you're traveling, in the continental US or internationally, there's lots of information there about what you may face if you're going into another country or if you're returning from a country, but that's the best source, and it's cdc.gov. So thank you, and I'll pass off to the next speaker.
Well, good morning. Well, I guess afternoon now. I'm Suzanne Harbin, and I have the pleasure of serving in the Advancement Division. Our division has been working with students since the first kind of hiatus from our classes back in March. We've been providing Wi-Fi hotspots for students and laptops as loaners, and we will continue to do that into the spring semester. So if you are a student who needs a hotspot Wi-Fi, you have difficulty having Wi-Fi access at your house or where you live, we do have those available, and those are being provided to you at no charge through our CARES funds. In addition to that, we've been providing laptops to students. These are laptops that will work with the Respondus lockdown browser, which has been a challenge for several students because so many of our students use Chromebooks. And so Respondus works with these laptops as well. So those are available. We're on the 11th floor of the Bailey building, and you can come by anytime between our normal business hours. And if you cannot make it during our normal business hours, you can just email or call our office and we will make arrangements for you to pick it up after hours. We're happy to do that. One other area I want to mention is scholarships. I know many of you will be seeking scholarships for the spring semester as well as for the coming 21-22 school year, which seems very weird to say that, but I think we'll all be glad to be out of 2020. Those scholarships for the Foundation and Alumni Association will open up in January. I know probably Becky Graves will talk about the college institutional scholarships. They're already open now, but I just wanted to mention to you that if you're a student who needs additional funding, you can stack a scholarship from the Foundation and Alumni Association on top of an institutional scholarship, and we're happy to do that. Our goal is to make sure that we meet the gap that you may have in financial need for tuition and fees and books. We also provide things like emergency aid or gas cards. We've done several of those over these last few weeks and months, and even meal cards as well. So let us know if you need assistance. Also want to mention that there's currently a virtual career fair going on today as we speak, and they are still being scheduled. They're still being offered over the next 2 weeks. If you are interested in a job, there are plenty available right now, and the virtual career fair can be accessed through our Wallace State website, just wallacestate.edu/virtual career fair 2020. And there's still plenty of openings for you to register. And the last thing I want to mention is a new program that we'll be starting in the spring, which is our Weekends to Workforce program. Look for more details to come about that, but we are very excited to be able to offer some Saturday classes, Friday night, Saturday classes, working with our students for those who may work full-time or work part-time, and a few more details to be worked out, but we're pretty excited to say that we're going to be able to offer childcare on Saturdays for school-age children while our parents are in classes. So look for more information about that to come in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And if you have questions, you can always call the advancement office. I always joke about this and say, I'm the only Suzanne on campus. So just call and ask for Suzanne and they will put you through to me. If that changes, I'm in trouble. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. And I believe next is Dr. Beth Bounds-Johnson, our Dean of Academic Affairs.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to share with you the types and formats of classes that we offer here at Wallace, because I know it becomes confusing sometimes. So I'll start out with our online classes. All online classes are offered online with the exception of the departments in math and history. Some of those instructors request that you come to campus and take the final exam. However, if you live out of state or that's inconvenient, then you can work with the instructor and find a suitable proctor, and that's perfectly acceptable. Some of those online courses offer meetings on Collaborate, which you can opt to participate in or not. Many of them have tape teaching segments that you can watch many times when it's convenient for you. So that's online. Hybrid classes very often are partially online and partially traditional. Most of the hybrid classes do require Collaborate meetings online. The definition of a hybrid is that it meets up to 50% of the time. So in your mind, even though it's up to the individual instructor, you might meet on campus 35% of the time or 60% of the time and collaborate in unison. We also have web assisted to confuse you further. And most people don't know what web assisted is. And the only department that that uses that term is math. So web assisted means that you're going to be doing a lot of your homework online at home. That's really all it means. The rest of the course, it really is traditional. And then, of course, you have the traditional format that's going to meet regularly, usually 2 times a week. And then, of course, we do have some evening classes, afternoon classes, and as Suzanne said, we'll have Saturday classes too. Formats. We have numerous formats to try to meet your needs. As part of our Flex campaign, of course, we have the semester long that starts at the very first day and through the end of the semester. Then we offer Mini 1 and Mini 2, which is a great way for you to accelerate through your curriculum. Say, for example, you can take English 101, Mini Term 1, and then 102, the second part. So you get both of your required Englishes completed in one semester. Generally, they're 8 weeks long. We don't offer quite as many in the summer because the summer is so short anyway, primarily in the fall and spring. We also have a Flex open learning class, and we offer 5 or 6 of these fall and spring semester. And those are classes that start a week and 2 after the regular term starts, but they complete on time. So those courses are for those students that are highly motivated, that they want to dive in and work really hard because the pace is very quick. All right, the number one question that I'm asked is, when are the classes offered and what happens if the class is full? You can find when a class is offered on your map of study, and hopefully you'll receive it. Here's just a map that's sitting on my desk, but it tells you what to take when and when the course is offered. So if you don't have a Pathways map, you should ask for one, and the Advising Center has them all. Most instructors do too, and they're online. What should you do if you want to take a biology class and there's not a space for you? You can't get in. The best way is not to reach out to the individual instructor, but to reach out to the department chair in our office. And the reason for this is, say, for example, computer science, for one of their particular classes, they only have 24 computers. So they can't take 26 students because 2 students wouldn't have one. However, if I work with Mr. Ayers and we find another section that we can open with an instructor, then we'll do that. We always try to meet every need of every student. So reach out to the department chair, and they generally keep wait lists. And so if at all possible, we'll add another section, or if something changes, then we'll add you to the class. And that usually is the best way to be added to a class. Let's see, next is Dean Rakestraw.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Good afternoon, everyone. And I just want to speak to finishing strong for a second. I want to say what a good job everyone has done. Students, you've hung in there. You've gotten to this point and you're so close to finishing this semester. So stay on track, stay focused, and stay safe, and definitely you'll finish strong, and that's what we want you to do. I am the Dean of Applied Technologies and also the director of the Aniana Instructional Center. And so I want to just quickly address something about both of those. At Aniana, we have a machine tool technology program, a welding program, and we just started our mechatronics program over there as well. So that's a new program to watch out for. We will also be adding some 4-credit short-term training certificate options, and so you'll hear more about that. And in addition to that, we have the traditional academic courses, and they have been online, as you know, and those will be transitioning back at Aniana to some traditional options, some in-person options. On the applied technology side, I just want to mention we have a new program. It's not a new program, but a way of offering a program. It's called Diesel by Distance. Great opportunity there for those of you that may live some distance from the college, and please reach out to Jeremy Smith if you have any questions about that, or my office as well. But Jeremy Smith is our program chair for our Diesel program. We also have many work-based learning opportunities, apprenticeships. So please just check us out and stay safe and finish strong.
Thanks, Wes. Hi, I'm Kristen Holmes. I'm the assistant to the president for external and cultural affairs, and part of my role is communications. And that's what I really wanted to talk to you a little bit about today, just to make sure that you know how to stay informed and up to date on announcements from the college. Hopefully you've already been checking your Wallace State email this semester, but if you need a reminder about how to access your email, on the Wallace State homepage, there's a mail icon, and you can click there, and that will give you instructions about how to get into your email account. We send all sorts of official communications and other activity announcements, opportunities through email to you. It's, again, an official form of communication from the college, and you'll see most of those announcements coming from a Wallace State email address. So please do check that. In addition, we also post announcements on Blackboard, which you have probably seen already, usually on the login page, sometimes in courses. We have a Wallace State app that we would love for you to download. It's available for iPhone and Android, and we send announcements there. Also on social media. We have a lot of engagement on social media, and thank you for all of you who are engaging with us there. If you need links to our social media accounts, they're at the bottom of the website homepage. They're direct links, but there's also a social media directory because a lot of our clubs and organizations have social media accounts too. So that address is wallacestate.edu/social. And then finally, as we get closer to the winter season and there's a greater likelihood of severe weather that might cause the college to be closed, I just wanted to remind everyone to update your personal information in Blackboard. That's the account where we pull contact information for our Lion Alert system. And so Lion Alert will send you text messages and phone calls and email, depending on what contact information you have in Banner. And so if there's a delay or any other emergency, that's our primary method of getting in touch with you. So I hope that you all have a great end to the semester, and we look forward to seeing you in spring. I think Jennifer Hill, our Assistant Dean for Enrollment Services, is next.
Thank you, Kristen. As we head towards wrapping up fall semester, just wanted to make you aware of some information that you may need. We've extended the fall semester withdrawal date to December 1st. So Tuesday, December 1st will be the final day that you can withdraw from a fall semester course that you've not already received a final grade in, regular term, mini term 2. You would do that on your My Wallace State account under the student tab and the registration tab. So if you needed to withdraw from a class, you would do that on your My Wallace State account. Accessing your final grades, of course, you do that on your My Wallace State account under the student tab and student records. Final grades for fall should be available by December 17th after 9 a.m. So that's when you should be able to see your final grades. If you need to send your transcripts to another college, to a job, you would do that on the website. You don't have to go through your My Wallace State account. You just click on the website, go to the admissions tab and transcript request. And you do get notified when you order them, when the college receives them, or whoever you send them to, and when they're open. So I hope that gives you some good information. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Whit Rice. I'm the director of the Center for Student Success here at Wallace State, and I appreciate you spending some of your lunch break with us today. I'm excited about the Center for Student Success that is new this fall. So we really just began this new center back in August, and what we've done is we've merged advising and success coaching together. And Christine Wiggins is after me, so I don't want to take up too much of what she's going to say, but we are excited about merging with the coaches and working with our students closer. Really, just to kind of sum up what our job is it's our job to put you on the pathway. Dr. Johnson mentioned our pathways. That's kind of what we refer to as our majors. we have these different pathways, and we've got them mapped out really well, where semester by semester, you know what to take and how to finish. And so it's our job in our center to, number one, put you on the correct pathway. And then number two, if in some situations where you get kind of off the pathway due to things that happen, right? We all know that life happens, and certainly in 2020 has been the epitome of that. But well, our job in this office is to make sure that we work around those obstacles, those things that come up, to get you back on the pathway and hopefully get you to where your goal is met, whether that be, you know, receiving your degree and going to work, or whether that be successful for your transfer, or whatever the case may be. That's really our goal. So we're going to work closely with you throughout the semester to make sure that we're doing all we can to serve you. I do at least want to make mention of the registration dates for the spring semester. We've talked about kind of finishing the fall semester strong, and that's super important. But as we start to kind of close the book on the fall semester and look forward to the spring semester, I do want you to know that registration for the spring semester begins on November the 17th. We utilize a priority registration schedule here at Wallace State. We've done that for several years. And so what that means is that students with the most earned hours get to register first. So students that have earned 45 or more hours, they can register on the 17th. 30 or more hours can register the following day on the 18th. 15 or more hours can register the following day on the 19th. And then everybody else can register on November the 20th. Now, we've really got a fairly extended registration period for the spring semester. Classes are not scheduled to begin until January the 19th. So we'll certainly register up to that time. We get a lot of questions about when is the last day to register and this kind of thing. There's really not a deadline per se to get you registered. You just need to be in before the first day of class. So that's really kind of our deadline is to get you in before classes begin. So really we've got, almost, 2 months there to get you registered for the spring. So plenty of time to come in and see us. We're seeing students in person. Our offices are still open. So if you prefer that format, we do ask that you mask up and keep your 6 feet distance and come see us in person. But we also have availability to meet with you just like we're doing today through Zoom. Of course, we can help you over the phone and through email as well. However you want us to get to you, we'll get to you and help you as best we can. But we do appreciate you sticking with us, not only this fall semester, but also the previous summer and the spring. Like I said, it's been a crazy year, and we appreciate you guys very much for working with us as we all kind of grow and work through these issues together. But if we can help you in any way in our office, please don't hesitate to let us know. And I'll turn it over to Christine now to let her tell you more about our new center.
Thank you, Mr. Rice. And thanks for the introduction. I'm Christine Wiggins, and as Whit said, we're excited about joining forces with the advisors. For those of you who have had a success coach in the past or have one currently, what this means to you is that actually you're getting a bonus now. Your success coach can also advise you, and vice versa. So those advisors that you've made connections with, they'll begin to learn how to be success coaches as well over the next few months and a year or so. But so there'll be more of us to serve more of you. And those of you who have seen your success coach in person, you remember she was probably on the 11th floor. Well, we've moved down to cohabitate with the advisors on the first floor of the Bailey building. So if you come on campus looking for your coach, you don't have to ride the elevator anymore. We're right there on the first floor, and we'll be excited to see your face. As Whit said, there are several ways that you can get in touch with us or meet with us. We're happy to see you in person, but also I've put the advising website in the chat box. If you'd like to visit our website, all of our calendar links are there, and you can book either a virtual meeting, an in-person meeting, or a phone meeting there. It's real simple. We also have the advising phone number and email address if you'd like to contact us that way. We're using the Zoom platform, so it should be fairly easy for everyone to make that connection. And right now it is so important to make the connections. We're apart from each other so much and trying to learn in a way that you might not have had to learn before, and it might not be comfortable for you. So if you need some assistance, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need a resource, just get in touch with us. Reach out to your coach, reach out to your advisor, and we will do our very best to offer as many resources as we have available to us. We'll help problem solve with you. We'll help just look at all the options for solutions. Our greatest desire is that you complete this semester successfully and come back in the spring when, hopefully you can have in-person classes again. So just make that connection. That's my biggest message to you. So if you need us, let us know. Thanks.
Good afternoon. I'm Brett Messersmith. I'm a program specialist in the financial aid office. And some of you may recognize me from the line central desk as our staff's on a rotating schedule that work down at the desk. This is the desk behind me in my photo, if you can see. I just have a few points to make about financial aid for fall, spring, and summer. If you've not applied for financial aid by using the Fafsa application, it's not too late to do that. The 2021 Fafsa is still on the Fafsa website. The active one that pops up immediately when you go to the Fafsa website is the 21-22 application, but that one begins for fall 2021. So there's sometimes some confusion about those two, and just make sure if you're wanting it for spring or summer, you're clicking on the 2021 Fafsa application. And for that one, you would use your 2018 income tax information. And for the 2021-2022 Fafsa, you would use your 2019 tax information. So that became available October 1st. If you haven't done either of them, it's a good idea just to go ahead and get both of them out of the way at one time while you're on that site. There's also the Fafsa app that you can download on your smartphone. That became available about 2 years ago. So, and it made it a lot easier. You just go screen by screen, entering in your information. But of course, if you need help or assistance with that, please contact us and we can help you in any way we can about filling out for your financial aid. The payment deadline for spring has been extended until January 15th. There's also the payment plan options on your student account. You would initially get charged a $25 fee to enroll in the payment plan. And so a third of it would be due on January 15th. Another third would be due on February 15th. And then the final third would be due on March 15th. We also have the scholarship. The institutional scholarship application is now available online. To get to it, you just hover over the financial aid link on the homepage of wallacestate.edu. And there's a button in the center of the page that'll say apply here. And you can apply for as many as you think you qualify for. If you qualify for more than one, they can't be stacked. So you just have to make a decision on choosing which one that they award you. So you shouldn't really get chosen for two. They'll just pick the one you qualify the most for. Direct deposit is also available now for your refund checks. If you'd rather it go straight into your bank account than waiting on it to come through the mail. To sign up for this option, you would go through your My Wallace State account and click on student account and then payment processing. And then you would log in a second time into the payment processing portal. And there's a link that says electronic refunds, and that'll allow you to enter in your bank account information. Thank you for having me today. And I think Lisa Smith's up next.
Hey, everyone. Everyone's been talking about finishing the fall strong. So I'm the director of the Student Resource Center, which means basically I'm in the tutoring lab on the 8th floor. We just want to let everybody know that we are open. You can come in for in-person tutoring, or you can do tutoring online. It doesn't matter. We are still open 2 nights late till 6 o'clock. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. And we want everyone to know that after we come back from the Thanksgiving break, we're still going to be here. You can come in and get tutoring in person, or you can go through Upswing and get tutoring online, either through us or through Upswing tutors. But just wanted to remind everybody that we're here. We're here to help you. You know, we're doing that last push. So we want everyone to finish strong. And if you need assistance with anything, please let us know. You can actually email us at tutor@wallacestate.edu if you have any questions, or if you just want to set up an appointment with us, we'll be more than happy to do that. Spring semester, we're going to try to go back to 4 nights a week, but as of right now, we just want everyone to know we're open and you can get help from us if you need it. Thank you. And I believe Brian Allen is next.
Yes, hello everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Brian Allen, the Interim Chief Information Officer here in the Technology Department. And we have a few announcements we'd like for you to know about. We're currently working on some outdoor wireless here at the James Bailey Center, which means you'll be able to come up to any of the surrounding parking lots and attach to the Wi-Fi if you'd rather work in your car and socially distance yourself a bit. Over at our Student Center, we're also working to increase the indoor wireless signal. So hopefully you'll be able to walk up and down the hallways and still have a good signal. And then also we'll be implementing a tool in the Blackboard called StudyMate. We're currently acquiring that and getting that set up. Basically what that will do will allow instructors to make it available to their students, who can then set up flashcards, you know, similar to Quizlet, crosswords, self-quizzes, and other good learning aids. And then also with me from the Technology Department, I have Matt Ingram and Mary Thornton. So Matt, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, my name is Matt Ingram, and I am the System/Network Administrator. And just like Brian said, we're trying to begin the process of upgrading our Wi-Fi. We have a pretty good system, but we do have some weak spots that we're concentrating on, and this will be an initial trial for this outdoor wireless, and we would hope to expand that further in the future if it's successful, to where you just generally walking, you know, around the busy parts of campus, that, you know, you can be on your phone or your iPad. And yeah, we look forward to getting some of those projects done in the near future. And that's about all I have. Mary.
Thanks, Matt. I'm Mary Thornton. I'm a computer lab assistant here at Wallace State, but I mainly assist with students and faculty with Blackboard. One of the things that I wanted to mention is that we do have the option for students to come to campus to take tests. I know a lot of students struggle with Wi-Fi connections at home. I personally am in the same boat. We have because of where I live, we're limited on our options. So if you need to test and you don't have a good connection at home, come to the library and you can use one of the testing rooms that are available over there. Okay, Brian?
Okay, thank you, Mary. John Stevenson, I think you're the last one.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Stevenson, and I am Coordinator of Recruiting and Student Engagement. I really encourage each and every one of you, and let me stop. Welcome to Wallace State. You've made a great choice in your higher education destination. But as you begin, I really encourage you to get acclimated, and I've put in the chat box over to my right is the campus tour. We have 3 different versions. You can actually come here on campus and get a face-to-face tour. We schedule those on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That information is there to schedule the face-to-face tour, but they're 9, 11, and 2 p.m. And that's every Tuesday and Thursday. And then also we have a self-guided tour that you'll see. And then actually there's a virtual tour. And so thanks to Kristen Holmes and Marketing Communications for those 3 different avenues for you to get acclimated. Always, one thing my father always told me before my first days of class: know where your building is located. I learned quickly that Wallace is not a small campus. It's about 3 miles in diameter all the way around. So you get that four-year college vibe atmosphere here. So know where your building is located, and you can do that through either the virtual tour, self-guided tour, or the face-to-face. The second part of my job is student organizations, student engagement, and I am actually talking and putting this in together at the same time, but I'm going to put a link over for Student Life over to the right side, and you will see that we have numerous student organizations here at Wallace, so there's really no excuse for you not to get plugged in. And so we have esports is one of our newer student organizations here, and we actually are playing UAH tonight in a scrimmage game, and so I'm excited about that. We also have a bass team. A lot of our programs have student organizations embedded inside of those too. We have campus ministries, a Rotaract, SGA. So you will actually see more of a presence of information in reference to these student organizations as we begin the spring semester. And so I really encourage you to add Wallace State on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. You will find updates in reference to any kind of news and what's going on here at the college on all those platforms. Also, you'll receive information on Blackboard and through your email. We are located, student engagement and recruiting both is located in the Student Center. And thanks to our awesome administration, the Student Center is getting a facelift. And that will be ready for you all as you begin the spring semester. I can't wait for you all to see this place. It's amazing. A lot of the staff and administration has walked over just to kind of get a sneak peek. But we're not quite finished yet, but we're I would say 80%, 85% ready to reveal, but we're going to wait till we begin the spring semester. I really encourage you to get plugged in here at Wallace State. When students are engaged, they're 100% to be more successful. So we want to see you succeed. We have a student first philosophy here. We're going to support you, as you've heard from each and every one of these individuals here at Wallace State. You're not just a number. You're one of us. You're a family. So we want to support you through your journey here. So once again, my name's John Stevenson. I'm coordinator of recruiting and student engagement. And welcome to Wallace State, and go Lions.
Thank you, John, and thank you, everyone. We are taking questions, so if you have questions, feel free to drop the question over here in the Zoom group chat, or you can drop questions on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll see those questions and we'll answer them for you. I just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in with us, and you have been able to get an idea of placing faces with names and find out who does what on our campus, what resources are available to you. Please take advantage of those resources, especially as the semester comes to a conclusion and we prepare for spring semester. I wanted to just let you know that many of our athletic programs have shifted to spring. However, we do have a couple of scrimmage games, and I want to just put a little note here. We have a volleyball scrimmage game next week, Thursday, at 6 o'clock. So if you're on our campus or you want to come and support your team, feel free to come to the Coliseum. Just make sure you have your mask on and you keep your social distance, and you should be fine. But we're really looking forward to seeing you all, seeing more of you in the spring 2021. Wallace is not closed. Wallace is open for business, and we are here to better serve you. I also want to mention before we answer any questions that we have a link on our website for virtual student services, where each department is identified along with those individuals who work in the department, how you can connect with them via email or phone. You could also set up opportunities like this to connect over a Zoom platform. So feel free to reach out to us as you see fit. Again, we look forward to seeing you in the spring. And I'm just going to wait a few minutes, a minute or so, to see if there are any questions before we end. We've been going for 50 minutes. It's amazing how time flies. Let's see. And I see here, feel free to contact us on live chat. And that is when you visit our main website, wallacestate.edu. To your right, there should be a pop-up. And you can also ask questions there, and we're there to answer them. Dr. Carl Wicks, did you want to say any final words before we end, or are you good?
I don't have anything to add
Okay.
to all of this wonderful information that you all have provided, except
All right.
hurry up, let's get registered and begin spring semester.
Absolutely. Go Lions. Well, we wish you all the best as you wrap up this semester and as we approach the Thanksgiving holidays and the Christmas holidays. We hope that you have a blessed experience with your family and your friends. All right, go Lions.